Boom! Good evening, boys and girls. Welcome to Sunday Rum Day. We're starting the show with our friends, Stratford Soda. We've got a little bit, I've got some new white rums behind the bar because video 3 is going to be dropping this week. So there's some tasty, it's kind of like it's the tropical one. So that's what we've got going on tonight, coming up in tonight's show. For those of you that may have missed the memo, in the Craft Rum Club, I doubt you will have done, but if you have missed the memo, the Craft Rum Club unboxing has been postponed for this month. We haven't got a date yet as to when it will happen. You guys in the Craft Rum Club should know all about that. You should have all the emails. So that is not happening tonight. Hence, I've not promoted anything. So tonight, we're sort of semi-going with the flow. We have got, I'll say hello to you guys in a minute, but we have got Karen on here. We're going to be doing a Mojito make-along, especially for her in a couple of minutes' time. So we're going to be doing that. I was asking for suggestions. There's a few. I'll get the comments out in a minute. There's some good suggestions in the post that I whacked up yesterday. But one thing I have forgotten about is this has been sitting behind the bar for flipping 2-3 months now, uncracked. The seal is still on it. So I'm going to crack that tonight. Have a little tasting of that. There's going to be some questions that we're going to dive into. And then I might actually do, because what the non-members won't have seen, is that I've actually got both of those now. Look at that. So that was they're both sort of semi-birthday presents. But yeah, so we've got, look at this. This is the 18-year-old beast, Cuban, Ron Cube, and this is the 14-year-old beast. So I might do a little kind of tasting with those. We might not. We might get too involved in other comments. We shall see how the night goes. But the Hechicera is definitely coming out, and we're definitely having the Mojito play along in a second. So before my software went live, there's a couple of people on. Rhubarb Cod, hey Susan. I know Nick's not here, but Nick's out to dinner. Bingo Ringo. And then I think my stream kicked in. So Karen should be the first one up here. Yeah, hello Karen. Right, an Adfoot. Oh, I'm going to butcher that. Adfoot. I'm really, really sorry. Spell it phonetically for me, and then I might say it a bit later. But Darren over in Ireland, Rossi B, Bingo Ringo, Agnetha, Windy, Claire, Chris C. I'm going to call him C because we've got lots of Chris's. Heavy Rotation, Mark Esdale, Mr. Naylor, Havana Steve-O, Kevin. Oh, yeah, we've got those as well, haven't we? We got those as well. Which one is it? Where's it gone? Is it this one? Got Bundy OP. Cheers, Havana Steve. I've got these to kind of crack as well. New Grove Royale Blend, Bundy OP. That's my petrol Coroni. So there's loads of things we can do tonight. I was going to say for bank holiday, but we may be doing the Craft Rum Club then. I'm not sure. I've got no idea what's happening with dates and that, and whether it is we are actually doing an unboxing this month. I don't know. We shall see. Anyway, where do we get to? Heavy Rotation, Havana Steve, yes. Kevin Mears, hello, it's James. Hello, James. How are you? You lucky. Let's put that on screen. Boom. Yes. Oh, they're so good. I couldn't resist. I had to crack it last night. Oh my God, it's so good. So good. I have to give big props. I'm a massive Cube fan anyway. I love Cube. They're all there. But I have to give big props to Geraint for that, actually, because Geraint was the one that put me on to the 1870s, or the extra Añejo, Añejo and Viejo. He put me on to those, and he's an agricole man. So, I bow to him because they're obviously quite expensive. 100 and... I've got the prices here somewhere. Where do we go? The white is £118, and the Añejo is £125. So yeah, they're a little bit expensive. Anyway, what have we got? That is from Greek. Konstantinos. Hello, my friend. Watching on a bus at the moment. We like that. What bus? No headphones with me, so have no sound, but we'll catch up in a bit. Well, hopefully you can see that. Shout, put the speakers on, get the bus involved. Right, Decky Doughty. Decky had a great question. I'll get that up. I'll get my little post up for that in a second. So, Decky, I might get onto that. I forget you put 2 comments in, I think. How do I get into my posts? My channel. I forget what the question was now. Your channel and community. There we go. And it's this one. What did Decky say? Decky had a blinder, I thought. Rum as an investment. There we go. I thought that was a blinding question, actually, or a discussion. Rum as investment. See if there's anything on the back bar that's gone up significantly in price since you bought it, or discuss if Coroni is a good investment. We might get into that later. Windy, don't go diving into that now. I think that's a good little discussion for maybe about 9 o'clock-ish. I kind of like that. Well done, Decky. That's a belter. I like that. We've got John Davis, who said rum and chocolate. I've got some dark chocolate in the fridge, actually. Pamela Doherty. I never cottoned on to it. Pamela Doherty is Morgans and Coke in Discord. Is that right? I think that is. Who else? There was a couple in there. And some dude called Brian talk about how Fat Albert kills everyone. I don't know who Fat Albert is, but apparently he kills everyone. So I don't think we'll get into that. But there's a few decent questions in there. And Cole put top honey rums. So yeah, there's a few little bits going on. The Cube was a good shout. What's up, guy? Wellington Cirilla. Hello, Wellington. See, I don't even need to look at your surname there. My mouse is covering it. I know that now. Not giving those Cubes away, are they? Should I go La Hechicera or Appleton? Hechicera, play along with me. We're going to do a Mojito in a second. Yes, Claire did. She's got that. Claire did get the 1870. All 4 bottles of that JBE John put into Master of Malt sold out within, I think it was 17 hours. All to you guys. So yeah, you can't get that in the UK again for another God knows how many months, unless someone's imported it of their own accord. But yeah, I thought that was quite funny. That apparently, I think John said, I forget what he said now. I think he said he put the last order of the extra Viejo in about a year ago or something like that. And that was like 4-6 bottles or whatever it was. This one sold out in 16, 17 hours. I kind of like that. Tried the Carta Dorada and loved it. That's Carta Dorada. That's what I said in the Discord earlier. I think the Carta Dorada for me is like I'm not kind of sure what purpose it sort of solves rum. It's a cracking rum, don't get me wrong. But, when you've got the Añejo, which is actually maybe a little bit cheaper. So that's technically a 4-year-old, sort of, give or take. That is a 7-year-old. And the Suave is the 5-year-old. It's 5, sort of semi-split age with sherry cask in that. So 4, 5, and 7. When that is actually a very similar, if not cheaper price than the Dorada. I'm not kind of sure where the Dorada actually sits as a rum. It's a cracking rum, but it's a bit of a weird one on price because you'd have the white one for mojitos and that. I would actually do rum and cokes and ginger beers and all that with the Añejo. Yeah, don't know. It's cracking stuff though. It's nice to have the full range. I need some more sherry cask in there. So yeah, last bottle. That's you, me, and so Claire got a bottle. Havana Steve got a bottle. Geraint got a bottle. I don't know who got the 4th bottle. It's one of you lot, but I can't remember who got the 4th bottle of the Cube. So yeah, I'm sure it's one of you lot, but I forget who the hell it was now. So yes, right. Oh, tasty. I did say to Karen, did I get a bit of glass in me? I think I got a little bit of glass in me. I did say to Karen, we'd do a Mojito play along at about 10 past 8. It is coming up to 9 minutes past 8. So I think we should crack on with that. I want all the Cubes. The Carta Dorada was, yeah. Mark, have a look. Right, Mark, have a look at what the Añejo is. I'm sure the Añejo is actually a couple of pennies cheaper. Yeah, don't hold me to that, but I think it is. So yeah, I have mint ready. Right. So for those of you doing a Mojito play along, have I got a little? Because I haven't done this for ages. I want a little. Oh yeah, we have. Look, we have. I want to do like little timestamps in the old live stream. So I'll whack that on. So cocktail make along. Look, I forgot that's in there. That's old school, isn't it? Right, let's get rid of that. So I'm going to go full on cocktail masterclass here because this is what I do. Cocktail masterclasses, hen pies and all this. So I'm just going to go completely uninterrupted and give you the spiel of the mojitos. It's tried and tested. It's been done well over 1,000 times. Christ, even more than that. probably 1,200 times, because I say over 1,000 hen parties, which is God knows how many corporate events I've done and all that. But it's well rehearsed. I know it inside out, and it is fun. So I'm going to talk you through the perfect mojito. It never ever fails. There we go. Añejo's 26.44. Okay, it's 40. So 44p more expensive for the Añejo versus the Dorado. There we go. So what you kind of need, I'm going to guide you through it. I'm not going to whiz through it. I will guide you through it at a nice pace so you can kind of keep up and do that. So what we need to do this, and this is on many videos. I've done this many times. This video is all on the interwebs, all on my YouTube channel about this. But what you need is a lime, obviously, chopping board, hard surface. We need a muddler. I'm not going to go all hen party chat on this. We'll keep it civil, all right? Actually, for a bit of fun and giggle, what I normally say, because this has happened, if you're going to use something else, make sure you take the batteries out first. And yes, that's happened more than once. So we've got right, your weapons of choice: a knife, a muddler, and a spoon. You can use a rolling pin, back in like a wooden rolling pin, flat surface there. Just sharp knife. You can use a fork, whatever, to kind of stir, but you need those three. So that's your little implements of choice. All right. Ingredients: lime, good old Tesco's mint. So we've got some good old Tesco's mint going on here. Tesco's mint. We want your rum of choice. Now, I don't know what rum. There's a rum I want to use, but I'm not going to give the game away for Thursday's video, in the daiquiri video. So I'm going to stick clear of all these. You might see some new additions like the Don Q, the Brugal, the Santa Teresa, the Pampero's hiding up behind there. You can kind of see I've taken a few plantations off as well to make room. There's another one sitting around somewhere. It's another. Oh yeah. Diplomatico as well, the Planas. So you can use what rum you want. I'm actually going to go Ron Santiago to Cuba, and that is in no way, shape, or form a result that comes out on Thursday, because I promise you it isn't. This does not kind of score that like really high on Thursday. It's semi-high. It's close, but it's not like top. It's not like top two. We'll put it that. So I'm going to use the Cubase for this. So we've got that. We've got a mint. 3 ingredients. We want the sugar, bit of sugar syrup, and we want some soda water. Good old Tesco's soda water. And then the final ingredient we want is ice. Mine's still in the freezer. I have done the admin. I have got crushed ice. I've got my old mallet out, so I've got crushed ice in there. So I do believe crushed ice is better for mojitos, but you can use cubed ice. We'll get to that in a minute. All right. So, all right. I'm going to say all right a few times. So that's down there. Right. So put that to one side. That to one side. If you want to use flavoured soda, these Stratford sodas, these are banging. If you want to top these up with in your mojitos, you can do the citrus one, the tropical one. Go crazy, heavy, go all of them. The spiced one, whatever you want, they'll work. Right, I've just seen a blog from Geraint. I've just got to read this just purely for my own banter, and then I'll come back to the comments later. If he's giving us grief, pour some good quality white rum in a glass. Step 2, add ice. Yeah, he's a grumpy old git, isn't he? He is a grumpy old git. Right, I can see there's loads of comments. I will dive back into the comments in a bit. We'll just crack on because I know Karen's waiting. So I'm going to use, what I always try and say is use quite a solid glass, because we are going to be muddling. I don't think you need to make it in a different glass and then pour it in there. As long as you've got sort of a heavy duty solidish glass, they're sort of semi-similar to what I use on hen parties, but these are great. And I will say 14 ounce minimum. Ideally 16 to 18 ounce, but 14 ounce minimum. I think that's a perfect kind of mojito glass. All right. So this is actually a 16 ounce. All right. 16 ounce. If you kind of relate that, if you're in England, in the UK, if you want to relate it in ounces, basically on 20 ounces is a pint, 10 ounces is half a pint, 15 ounces would be 3/4 of a pint. So you can kind of see we're roughly talking about 3/4 of a pint there. I've got a little shard of glass here somewhere. Where is it? Ouch. Right. So the first thing we want to do, your limes. This is where we go into the spiel. So limes. You keep your citrus fruit in the fridge, take it out half an hour, 45 minutes before you need it. Room temperature citrus fruit, lemons, limes, grapefruit, oranges will give you more juice. That is a scientific fact, all right? They will give you more juice at room temperature. So once you've got that out, hard surface, give it a roll. We do that because Ainsley Harriott started that, Ready Steady Cooked, back in the 90s. It actually scientifically does nothing apart from break down the molecules. It doesn't give you any more juice. It just makes it easier to extract the juice, right? So don't think that's going to give you more juice. It's just easier to get the juice. That's all. Right. So hard surface, give it a roll. We then take a knife. We're going to cut that little bit off the end where it's come off the tree. All right, limes do grow on trees, believe it or not, and that is a fact that hen pies kind of blows their little minds out sometimes. And we just want to take literally about 1 millimeter, 2 millimeters, if that, off the end. This tiny, tiny little bit. Get rid of that. Chuck it. You don't want that. And then we're going to turn it around. So where it's sort of standing, we're going to cut it that way. Cut it in half, and then we cut each half into 3 wedges. So we've got 6 wedges in total. The amount of times I turn around to hen parties and go, how many wedges in total? And they'll go 3. No, 6. And we just whack them into a glass, just like that. All 6 wedges, 1 lime. Trust me, all right? Trust me, never fails. You get rid of your chopping board, put that to one side now. So, you got your limes in there, 1 lime, all right? The next thing we want is our sugar syrup. Now, I want my big jiggers. Where are they? Over here. So I was using them. Oh, I've got new posh jiggers. I've got the barfly stuff here. Hang on, I forgot all about that. We've got some barfly stuff. Look. I'm going to use this one. I think I don't use that in drink stuff. I kind of use this one in drink stuff, but I might use that one. It's got a little pory spouty thing on it. I might use that for the first time. I might get it lose its virginity. Right now, here we go. Here's your spiel. What I normally do with hen parties and events like that, I kind of talk about the sweetness in cocktails because there is no set palette these days. There is no set recipe. And if someone tells you there is, they're talking out their backside. And the best way to explain this, I always get the room and I'll kind of say, show me your hands. For tea and coffee drinkers, show me your hands if you take sugar in your tea and coffee. Half that room will go yes, half the room will go no. Standard, every single week in, week out, all right? And that relates to your cocktails. It relates to your mojitos, your daiquiris, your margaritas, your Collins, your brambles, all those kind of citrus sugar cocktails. It's exactly the same, all right? So now with sugar, it's a lot easier to add more at the end than it is to take away. You can never detract sugar from a cocktail. So we always err on the side of caution. We can always add more if need be. All right. So what I would do, because I teach them with jiggers, we don't use little things like this, but jiggers. What I say to them, we've got 3 measures in there, and the most important one of the night is half of that little end. So we've got a big measure, big end, double bubble, a little end, single shot, and then half of that is your sugar, half of the little end. So what that traditionally is in the UK, 12.5, 15 mil. All right. So I'm gonna use this little baby. I'm assuming that first line. Can I see it? I'm assuming that first line is 15 mil. Oh my God, that's like 1/10 of an ounce. What's 1/10 of an ounce in English? I'm not going to use that. That's a pain in the ass. What's 1/10 of an ounce? 10 mil? No. What's 1/10 of an ounce? Am I being stupid? 30 mil? 3 mil? That can't be right. Christ knows. I don't know what that is. Right, let's use this one. So we go 15 mil. All right, 15 mil, half an ounce of your sugar syrup. Now, if you've homemade sugar syrup, make it 2 to 1, because that's essentially what these will be. There will be 2 parts sugar, 1 part water. If you're going to make it yourself, stick the kettle on. 2 parts sugar, 1 part water. It can be granulated, it can be caster sugar. It doesn't matter. Boil it down. Let it cold. If you're in a hard water area like I am in Cambridge, that will last about sort of 5-6 weeks in your fridge. If you're in a soft water area from where I come from, Cornwall, that will last in your fridge for months and months and months. Hard water will go mouldy before soft water. Fact. All right. So we've got that. If you're thinking you want less sugar, you can, but I've never ever encountered a hen pie or a corporate event where they've done less than 15 mils and enjoyed it in a mojito. All right. So, and that's thousands and thousands and thousands of people. So I promise you, that's where we are. So 15 mil minimum. All right. So we've got that. Now, this is where bartenders will go wrong part 1, because they will put the mint in with the limes and they'll muddle it. All that's going to do is get the bitterness out of the leaves and the herbs. It's like I always say with basil, when you're using basil on pizzas, all you kind of do is tear the basil. soft herb. You don't do anything else. So we'll get to the mint in a minute, but we're just going to do that. Now, when it comes to muddling, don't do that. You'll get splashback lime juice in your eye. That will freaking hurt, I promise you. All right, so don't do that. What we're going to do, if you've got muddlers, rolling pin, whatever you've got, bar spoon, one of those bar spoons, I haven't got one here, but one of those bar spoons with the plate on the end, the little disc, use one of those. We push down and we twist and we get all that juice out of the lime. And you'll see, you only need to do sort of 5 or 6 of them. You'll see how much juice that comes out. Now, the reason we do that is because we want that extra flavour from the zest. We love that zestiness in mojitos, all right? You could just use lime juice. That's absolutely fine. If I was doing events, like high volume events, I would absolutely use lime juice. But for yourself, you do want that extra bit of zest from the limes, all right? So, good old muddle, and you can kind of see, can you see how much juice is in there now? That will give you a good sort of 25, 30 ml of lime juice. Promise you that's absolutely fine. Right, put that to one side. We now go for our mint. Okay, this is the bit hen parties love. What you want is ideally about 10 to 12 mint leaves. Just get rid of those. If you've got a couple of stalks, a couple of stems, with some decent ones. See, Tesco's mint is terrible at the moment. Right, there we go, that'll do. Right, easiest way to strip mint. You find the heads, the heads of the mint. You kind of grab them between your finger. So I've got 3 stems there. Just pull down, twist off, get rid of the stalks, all right? Discard them. You've got about 10 to 12 mint leaves in there. Okay, palm your hand, give them a spank. That is all you do. That awakes the aroma. If you don't believe me, smell it first, spank it, and then smell it afterwards. I promise you it wakes the aroma. So we've got that in there now. That's all we do with the mint. Simple as. Right. So mint's in there. Now we want our rum. Rum of choice. Spiced rum. White rum. A lot of you like golden rums in here. That's absolutely fine. I'm not a huge fan of golden rums and daiquiris and mojitos, but you can do. That is absolutely fine. So the rum of choice, 60 ml, double bubble. And whack that straight into a glass. Now, me personally, there's no right or wrong on this. Me personally, I do like to add my soda water now because then I can exactly gauge how much soda water I put on. Now, here's where I said I'll come to with the ice. I've got crushed ice here, semi-crushed ice. If you're using cubed ice, you probably want, so solid cubes of ice, you probably want, can we see that there? You probably want about that much in there. So my liquid is there at the bottom. You probably want about that much of soda water in there. Not right full. You literally 75 ml tops. Absolute tops. All right. And to demonstrate that, I'm gonna kind of do that. I'm gonna measure it for you. So I'm gonna do, because I've got crushed ice, I'm literally just gonna do just a splash over 30 ml. It's about 35 ml in there, and that is it. That is all I'm doing soda water wise, because the crushed ice. Now the whole point is, if you're using cubed ice, that's not going to melt as quick. It's not going to add that dilution. Crushed ice will add that dilution to your cocktail, and that's what you want. So, a lot of bars, if they've got the guns, they will top up with a little bit of soda water. Again, that's fine, but I prefer to do it that because I work with bottles. I prefer to do it that way. So, crushed ice in about 2/3 full of your glass. You never have too much ice. We'll get onto that in a second. But 2/3 full of ice. Take your long bar spoon. All you're going to do now is give it a churn. You're bringing your sugar, your limes, and the mint to the top. You're stirring it through the cocktail. Give it a good old solid churn. You want the mojito that colour. It should be nice, sort of vibrant green in colour. Not sort of creme de menthe green, but nice kind of minty, limey green. Right. Once you're happy with that, top it up with even more crushed ice. So we've got like a mountain going on. There we go. Loads and loads of crushed ice. Then the bartender trick, and this is the pièce de la résistance. The bartender trick, take another sprig of mint, okay, back of your hand. Again, that awakes the aroma. Back of your hand, we pop that in, and then the straw, I've got classy sort of metal straws now. The straw always goes beside this sprig of mint. So when you have a little sip, it's the mint that's going straight up your nostrils. Remember, the first experience of that drink is with your eyes, but the sort of the first actual experience of the taste is with your nose, your olfactory nerve. All right. So it's your kind of your nostrils. You've already got that mint, and you're all like, oh, that's amazing. Now, there's one bit to add in here. If you taste this, and this is where I watch the room, hen parties, cocktail masterclass, whatever, I watch the room, because I guarantee it, for half of that room, the people that put their hands up, they said they took sugar in their tea and coffee. I guarantee it, they're going to want a little bit of extra sugar. All right, because they would sort of take a sip and they'll go, ooh, and that's just the citrus. It just means it's not balanced for their personal taste. So then what I get it to do, just to kind of, just so they can see it, I then get the bar spoon and I tell them to add a bar spoon at a time. So add 5 ml, give it a churn, taste it. If it's not right, add another 5 ml, give it a churn. Sometimes they'll stop after 5, sometimes we'll double, sometimes we'll get up to 30 ml. All right. Very, very rarely, I will say that, very, very rarely, probably 1 in 50, if that, will add a full 30 ml of sugar. Traditionally, it will be about 15 to 20 ml of sugar. And that is it. All right. That is your mojitos. That's simple. As I say, if you don't like it, if it doesn't taste perfect, it is just that sugar. Add more sugar. It's that simple. Different rums will make different tastes. For instance, the hen party that I did on Friday, there was only sort of 6 or 7 of them, but the hen party I did, half of them did Dorleys, Barbados, the other half did Jamaican, and they absolutely loved it. But the interesting thing was, and a couple of them did Havana 3-year-old as well. The interesting thing, the one that liked the Barbados didn't like the Jamaican, and the ones that liked the Jamaican didn't like the Barbados. That I found really, really fascinating. They were good, decent rum heads. They were good girls. They were really good. So yeah, that is what the mojito looks like. The reason why we use that much ice, and this is a big thing I get week in, week out, is like I always ask this question, and I see it with your cocktails as well. I see it with your photos. The whole reason we use that much ice in cocktails is because we want you to have a better experience. I ask the question, I always ask the question, I sort of say, why do we use this much ice in cocktails? And the answers will come back as like, oh, so we use less alcohol, so we make more money, all right? It is all to do with making more money, but not for the reason that most people think. The whole reason we use that much ice in the glass is because the more ice you use, the colder it stays for longer, therefore the less dilution you get in your cocktail, all right? The less dilution you get. If I just put a couple of cubes of ice in there, like I see in a lot of your photos, a couple of cubes of ice in there, they will melt after 2 or 3 minutes, and that water would have been added to your cocktail. All right. With this will stay frozen. And all right, it's really hot in here, and I've got a fan in there, but ice will probably stay semi-frozen for a good half an hour. And that is why we always use that much ice. That is your mojito. Mojitos. That is perfect. Absolutely banging. I do like that. To be fair, I do absolutely like that Santiago de Cuba. What I'm just saying, that's the only spoiler I'm going to give you for Thursday. The only thing I'm going to say, there's a couple of rums that top it, and I'm like, wow, yeah. So I mean, that's a really good rum, decent for the price as well, really good. Okay, there's two bad rums that come out to play on Tuesday, on Thursday. Sorry, two or three. I forget now. I filmed it last week. But the standard and this is the Spanish origin column still rums coming out to play. There's some really, really good stuff in there. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. That's what your mojito should look like. Plenty of mint, plenty of lime in there. That whole lime is perfect. Don't go using half a lime. Don't go using 15 ml of citrus juice. You balance it out. You want that citrus, all right? Balance it out with sugar. That is how the mojito tastes spot on. All right, you want that lime juice, you just need to balance it with the sugar. That's all. Don't use less lime juice, because then that'll just totally mess up the vibrancy of the cocktail. It's that citrusy kick that you want with a little bit of sweetness coming through. All right, perfect mojito. Right, let's dive back through these cocktails, through these comments. Right, what do we got up here? Right, I can see that. It's there. That's where we got to. Right, can't play tonight, Marquesdale. That's fine. Plantation 3 stars for Karen. Karen, let me know how you get on. I want to see in your comments in here how you got on. I want to see what you've got. And upload your photo to Discord. I've got Discord open here. So if you upload it somewhere, and tell me where you've uploaded it through, because I can see 20 odd tabs at the moment. Right, interesting. I do like an olive note top. The Whiskey Reaper. Hello, the Whiskey Reaper. Right, I've read Geraint's blog about his mojitos. Right, going to use Dorley's 47, Neptune in mine. 15, blah, blah, blah. I want to know how you're getting on, guys. I want to know what all these taste like. Right, seriously, if anyone's up in Spain and France, 7-Up in canned, Virgin Mojito in a can works rum. Right, that's the other. So, sorry, yeah, that's a point to note. Let's get rid of that off the screen. If you are using Sprite or lemonade instead of soda water, that is sweetened. Okay, so just bear that in mind when you add your sugar syrup. If you're using a sweetened soda, sweetened lemonade, sweetened Sprite, 7-Up or whatever, you will not need that much sugar. Okay, for me, 15 ml, if I use Sprite in that, that would be way too sweet. I would probably do a bar spoon of sugar, like 5 ml of sugar if I was using Sprite or 7-Up or whatever. Okay, that's why I use soda water, because soda water is a lot easier to play about with sugar, all right, to get that perfect ratio. Right, so fancy new jiggers, fancy. Got my bingo, windy. What's this? 3M. I don't know what 3M is. 3M. Don't know what that means. Right. It's local. They're all chatting amongst themselves. Looks like you can pick them up on Amazon. Lovely. You can get delivery off Amazon. Right. Add a little falernum. I've got falernum here. You can use falernum or this falernum as well. Got both falernums here. So you could use falernums. Claire is 25 ml of sugar. Lovely. Chris, finally home in at full volume. Lovely. Right. I've not seen Karen yet. Karen, this was all for you. So let us know how you've got on with your mojito. We want to know. We are waiting desperately for your mojito experience. Especially those in Discord will know exactly why we're waiting for Karen. And by the way, that's falernum is fantastic. Either falernum on there, to be honest. Is fantastic in that as your sugar replacement. You can do, I mean, that is the base of a mojito. You can do whatever you want to riff that out now. You know, you could replace the sugar with a raspberry. What have I got here? Let's just go these because I've got these here, for instance. You could use like a raspberry, a guava, a passion fruit. You can just simply replace the sugar. So passion fruit mojito, guava mojitos. That simple. You don't need to have loads of different flavoured rums. I've got mango up there. I've got hibiscus. What else have we got? I haven't got no raspberry. Ginger mojitos, again, you could, and then we go the other way. You know, if you're taking the soda water element, you could go stuff like the tropical soda or the citrus. You could go ginger ale. Ginger mojitos are fantastic. There are so many ways to riff the mojitos or your daiquiris. It's so simple. Coconut mojitos with a bit of coconut puree is that easy. All right. Right. Here we go. Here she is, look. In the live chat thread. What live chat thread? The live chat thread. STB live show. There we go. Who's that? That's Nick. I was like, Nick's. I was like, Karen's in a bar. Who's that? Nick's in a bar somewhere. Right, Karen. Karen, you need more ice. You need more ice in that, darling. Load it up with ice. You want it proper banging with ice like that. Don't be scared of the ice. People just kind of, that's half of the thing. You need it ice cold. It's like daiquiris. Sort of daiquiris that aren't at temperature just aren't right. And if there's a big difference between a daiquiri, like nearly cold and icy cold. Big, huge difference. You'll get different flavors coming out of it when it's icy cold. All right. So Karen, don't be shy. Add more ice. Oh, happy days. I could drink that now. Oh, that's good. That is good. Aaron, hello, Aaron. Cheers. Who's that? Alexis. Cheers, Alexis Moreno. Thank you. Decky, if you get a soda stream that could carbonate anything, juice or coconut water would work. Yep, coconut water is perfect. This bitter cocoa, so you can do coconut mojitos like that. Absolutely fine. So many different things. What was the comment in there? Add Steve some rum to make it tiki. There's plenty of rum in there, Alexis. Don't be shy. But what you can also do is add. I forgot, where are they? There they are. Your pineapple and star anise bitters in there. So we can add. I might actually do that. To be fair, actually, they're in. I used a little bit. I poured this back into the drip bowl. There we go. A couple of dashes of pineapple and star anise bitters in there. Orange bitters, tiki bitters, almond bitters. What else have we got in there? Stir that through. Now it gives you, oh, the star anise comes through, but now it gives you that little subtle sort of pineapple aromas in there as well. See, there's so many things. So many things. Right. That was belting. I enjoyed doing it. It's kind of why I've started doing hen parties again, because I really miss kind of that sort of buzzing in the room and teaching people in the room. And there's banter with hen parties as well. There is. It's good fun. It's a laugh and a giggle, but it's more about their reactions to cocktails, like, and getting people to kind of, because you always sort of ask the room, has anyone ever had a bad mojito when they go out? And everyone's like, yeah, everyone can remember having that really bad mojito. Everyone does, but no one can remember like having a really, really good mojito. And when you make them, when you get them bang on like that, it's easy every time. Oh, delicious. Topped up with this. I float some OP on top. I'm not a huge fan of Jamaican stuff in mojitos and daiquiris. I'll be honest. I've said it in the daiquiri video. You could go OP. What I would prefer, actually, is the Takamaka Overproof. That is lovely. I really, really like that. That's really good. That will be featuring sometime soon. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that Jamaican funk in mojitos or daiquiris. It's just not me. It's not my style. I prefer like the Cuban column still. At a push, I do go Jamaican and plantation 3 stars. But I love plantation 3 stars. But for me, there are better rums that suit me for mojitos and daiquiris, and that is traditionally the Spanish column lighter style rum. That's just me. That's not saying plantation 3 stars. It's bad. It's not. It's brilliant. It's a great rum. I just prefer other things, like the Flor de Caña 4-year-old. I'm not. That's up there. That's the only one I'm going to mention. Otherwise, I'll give the game away for Thursday. Right, Steve. What's this, Alexis? I don't know. Alexis is getting shouty now. What's Alexis on about? What are you saying, Alexis? Me recommend this? Yeah, bless you. Oh, you retyped that in English. You recommend me to make a rum sour. You make a rum sour then. Rum, lemon juice, sugar, egg white, shake it, job's good. You and Angostura bitters. You let us know what rum you're making. Right. Claire, especially for the ice melt, seems to go down a few sips. Trevor Rose, 40. Oh, I'm not even looking at the likes. Bloody hell, got 60, got over 60 on. Woohoo! God, it's massive, isn't it? See, when I don't mark it, when I don't send the email out, when I don't put it on Instagram, when I don't do anything, I get more people. There's just no point marketing because I get more. Oh, that's good. That's good. Thank you, young Trevor. Anyway, oh, no, I put the wrong thing on there. There we go. Thank you. It's nice to have Trevor back in the house. Trevor, and I don't think I've seen Anne, but Trevor, you're... Clement. Oh, that's what we can do. I'll talk about in a second now. Your Clement will go in the post first thing tomorrow morning. And Bunnix. I'm assuming that's you, Bunnix, in Switzerland, that got in just before I went live. So I'll get those out in the post tomorrow for you. The non-UK contingent. Right, Becky, canned on. This is what I like. Oh, these comments keep flying in and I keep missing. Right, there we go. Canned on EasyJet flight was a bad mojito. Had to have after the airport. Right, was thinking Bundy overproof. Well, it's not so hot now. Calm down, Alexis. Which rum would be ideal for a premium mojito? To prepare a yeah. Look, it's all, Alexis. It's all up to you. It's kind of what I cover in the videos. Finding your own personal style of rum is the first thing. Okay, I can say anyone here can sort of say try this, try that, but finding your own style. And we come back to it. There's a video coming out on Tuesday which kind of breaks it right down to bare basics. But I always will do. It's like breaking down into English, Spanish, and French styles because I still think at beginner level they are appropriate. Okay, when you kind of get on different down the journey, they become less appropriate. But for a starter journey, they definitely do because you kind of want to know whether you're pot still, column still, or kind of French or molasses or cane juice rum. You kind of need to know those before you go any further. So I could give you 2 different examples. For instance, I would go for hang on. So I'd go those 2 if you were English style of rum. And the only one I'm going to give you for Spanish style of rum, because I'll spoil the video, on Thursday is Flor de Cana, or Ron. There we go, Ron Santiago de Cuba. I'm not going to give anything else away. I'm not going to dive into any other Spanish rums, but these two I've spoken about a lot. They featured quite a lot. So you've either got that class or you've got that class. It's up to you. It's your palate at the end of the day. Or, you know, you want to go fruity, Stiggins, pineapple mojitos. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Right, let's put those back up here. Tell you what, that pineapple is star anise is still flying around the bar. It's all I can smell. Right. And drinks of the weekend: 50ml DMF passion fruit, 200ml prosecco. Ugh. Oh no. Ugh, no. Hi Lee. Lee, that can only be Ganimal. Is Lee on? Is Ganimal on? I can't see him in the comments, but if he is, hello Ganimal. Haven't seen you for ages. Hope work. Done week 2 now. Week 2, week 3. Oh, I lost track. Week 2. Week 2's down, surely. Starting week 3. Hope it's going well. If there's another Lee, I'm really, really sorry. Hello, Lee. Rum in this weather is best. Aaron Trev, it's been a while. Thanks, getting back to it now. Right, they're all talking that. Lazy Dog Silver works quite well. I'm assuming, bingo, I'm assuming that Alexis won't be able to get hold of that. Just a hunch. Right. So, there was something else. What was I going to do? So, yes, I know exactly what I was going to do. Let me just close out that with some form of graphic so I get the chapters going on. Let's do that because I know what that means. So Dram of the Week, I'm going to just explain what's coming up in the next couple of taste-along sessions for you. So coming up, so what's being sent out is all of you now should be receiving your Streamer Tail. Your Streamer Tail White Rum. That is our next taste along. That is next Sunday. Jamaican and Trinidad rum. Really, really looking. You can see one bottle's done. The other one's just got a little bit left in it and just any last minute sort of stuff. But yeah, so Streamer Tail, that is winging its way to you. And Top Cheese, I was going to say his real name then. Top Cheese, who's the other one? Darren in Ireland. You should... I know Top Cheese has got his, but Anne and Darren, hopefully you'll get yours in the next couple of days. But the rest of you, First Class Post will go out tomorrow. So that's what's coming up there. Then, what I've put on live, I know what we can do. I know what I can do. Is it this one? Yes, there it is. Right. Show. Oh, it doesn't work again. It's those flipping things. Right, ignore that. Then coming up... So there's nothing yet on Bank Holiday, but that might be Craft Rum Club. We don't know. But then what we've got coming up on whatever the day is, 4th is it? 4th of September? Whatever that first Sunday is, we've got an Agricole taste along. 1, 2, 3, and I'll use... what did I do? Where are they gone? There. Agricole taste along. So I've got another bottles here of that. Select barrel. So this is what Clement sent me, or Dave, I should say, Manchester Rum Dave. So we will be having a taste along with Ash, the Agricole Queen, and Dave on that Sunday. What's going on there? Bit here. So we've got Clement. I've added that into the mix because that's the 50%er. And I just want you guys, because they sent me that ages ago for Tea Punch Week. So I thought, why not? Let's send it out to you guys as well. So you're going to have a direct comparison between the 40% and the 50%, which is non-UK. So you've got that as an added bonus. And then we've got the Cane Bleu, which I've had issues spelling on. I keep writing blue instead of bleu on there. But Cane Bleu, that's another 50%. Agricole there. So I've only done bottled up 2 so far for bottled up Trevor and Bunnocks 3. Sorry. We have got the Clement Shrub that you're going to be tasting. And we've got the Select Barrel. So that one should go in there, actually. I think that's how it goes. That, and that. I think that's the order. So that is the next taste along, which has just gone live in my Discord community, my membership community. So I'm really looking forward to that. I've resisted the urge to smell the Cane Bleu and that. So I've resisted the urge to smell the Streamer Tail, to be fair. So looking forward to that immensely, just to learn more about agriculture more than anything. Yeah, it's going to be great having the tasting, but just to learn, just to hear Ash talk about it. She's out in Bermuda at the moment. So yeah, just to get some knowledge bombs, that's going to be fantastic. And then, what else have we got? I forget the actual, what's coming up. I've got another rum here to show you, but what's coming up after that? So Craft Rum Club, Spirited Union, the Dutch flavoured spiced rum, people that do it properly, botanical rums that actually, so the coconut is actually botanically distilled with coconut, for instance. The same with the pineapple. So Spirited Union are going to come on. I don't know what flavours they've got. They've got about 5 or 6 flavours. I don't know what we're going to be doing the taste along with yet. I need to follow that up this week with them and get that all going. So Spirited Union, I've got nothing on the 25th. I'm trying to keep it one a month free. But then at the start of October, Dave is back with us again, Manchester Rum Dave, and we're going to be doing Bounty. Not one, not two. Oh, sorry, hang on. So Bounty is the rum of the people of St. Lucia. It's St. Lucian or St. Lucia Distillers. So it is the kind of cheaper version of Chairman's Reserve. It's the brand, to give you the very short, brief story, it's the brand that St. Lucia's didn't want to let go out of the island because they didn't think it would get that good a reception. It's the rum that they drink on the island. It's like, it's there. They just weren't convinced it would do well, and it's amazing stuff. So it's the cheapest, like 17, 18 quid a bottle. So we've got the white rum, which is 40% ABV. We have got, which order should we do this in? We have got the gold rum, which is 40% ABV. We have got the dark rum, which is, oh my God, it's good. I love this dark rum. This is 43% ABV. That is really, really good. I love my dark rums as well anyway. We've then got spiced rum. Brian's going, now I don't know how this spiced is produced, but I know the Chairman's Reserve spiced is produced properly with spices in the barrel. So I'm assuming this is done the same way. I don't know. Don't hold me to that. But we've got the Bounty spice there, which is 40% ABV. And then we've got the coconut liqueur. And this is 25% ABV. Okay. And again, I don't know how that is made. Also, I kind of know it's like toasted coconut in there. So that is the, and then we've got Cleo coming on from Diabliss. So there's loads and loads of stuff booked in as well. So that's gone live. That's talking about what's coming up. It's how I look after all you members. So some really cracking stuff coming up soon. Let's get back on this mojito. We'll get the comments. Right. Oh, that's good. Right. Amber P, that mojito looks on. That mojito is banging. Love it. See, look, the ice is still frozen. It's still in there. What's that now? That's 20 minutes or so. Well, 17, I would say, at least. Mojito looks good. Are we mixing agricole with Pepsi or Coke? We are mixing tea punches. I would imagine we want some limes that weekend as well. I will chat to Ash first, but I imagine we're going to be doing a couple of tea punches that weekend. So that'll be fun. We'll never forget the night and day of Manchester. He knows agricole. Oh yeah, God, yeah. Looking forward to Streamer Tale, but cannot wait for the Clement. Go right, Tony. No, Bounty looks like Tesco's own. That's what I mean. Is honestly, true story. I ignored Bounty because I didn't know what it was, and this is going back pre-COVID. I ignored Bounty because for that exact same thing, I saw the price of it, literally like £16, and I was just like, nah. No, it was actually the spice at the time, and I was just like, nah, I'm not getting them. And then I did get a bottle in the end, and I tried it, and I was like, wow, I was going to swear then. Wow, that is tasty. And then obviously did the research on it and found out it was the cheaper Chairman's Reserve. And the rum of St. Lucian people. And I was like, wow, okay. So I've tried the whole range at various rum shows since and imbibe a couple of times. And that the dark is fantastic. So yeah, it'll be good to have that out. But yes, I know what you mean. It does even look better. excuse me, it does even look better than what it did a couple of years ago. It's sort of had a rebrand, semi sort of rebrand anyway. So yeah, that'll be good. Right. I do wish we could get more agricole here out in there. See, look, there we go. Wow, there, wow. Look, let's get a screen grab of that. Can we do that? Hang on, which way? Screen grab of that. Someone grab the phone. Hang on, where are we? That finger needs to go down there. Big G. I love Bounty Spiced. Big G, the agricole connoisseur, our resident rum geek. Look at him. I love Bounty Spiced. Wow. That is the biggest endorsement you'll get of the night. Right. Question. Steve, do mushroom malt do sample sizes of agricole? I know my palate is not ready, but would like to try it. Mark, I'm confused. Or I've just done your streamer tale, surely. Get involved. Get involved in the. It's gone live in the Discord. You can get all those that are done. Just have you bought it? I'm sure I've definitely written your name for the streamer tale, so that's coming. Get involved on the There's a couple left. I know a couple of you got in just before live. I think there's about 2 or 3 left now. So get involved. Get involved. It's in the same thread where you've got. So I'm just looking down here. Where you got the streamer tale from, it's in that exact same place. So it's the new one I put out yesterday morning. So it's just go to, what's it called? What have I called it? Live Taste Along. It's the live, hashtag live, STB live taste along. Directly under members lounge and announcements, like the 3rd thread down in the membership area. So yeah, just get that. I think there's 2 or 3 left, and I'll squeeze a little bit more out anyway. So definitely add that. There we go, Karen. There we go. That is delicious, Karen. Are you happy you've got your perfect mojito? All you need to do now is just play about with different rums, because the different rum, darling, will make completely different mojitos. Like, for instance, that I did a Spanish style there. I think you've gone plantation 3 stars, haven't you? I'm sure you have. But that will taste completely different to what that is. The sugar citrus level won't be different. You know, the sugar citrus level should be the same, unless you start going down the routes of like Dead Man's Fingers that are sweetened white rums or anything like that. But if you've got rums that are roughly about the same level of sweetness, like anywhere between sort of 5, 10, 11, 12 grams of sugar in them, like this, you know, you are going to see negligible difference with your sugar and lime ratio. They are all pretty much the same, unless you have a heavily sweetened rum. All right, so it's your chance to just go off and try different rums in your mojitos and all. But remember what I said at the start, the hen pie. It's funny how the 2 Barbados girls really didn't like the Jamaican rum, and the 2 Jamaican girls really didn't like the Barbados mojito. That's just really fascinating. And then they had tried the Havana 3-year-old, and those 2 didn't like the Havana, but the Havana girl didn't like the Barbados one. So it's quite fascinating what people like, but that sugar-lime ratio is pretty much always the same for your palate, all right? Katie, hang on. Let me have a close-up. Is that who I think that is? Is that who I think that is? I think that's who I think it is. You need to change your name, young lady. I'm sure that's who I think it is. It looks like you. It looks like hubby anyway. We are having, I did start the night with that. So yes, that is, Katie V is actually Katie Stratford. I'm sure that's who that is. But yeah, we've had a little taste along there. So awesome. Yes, it is. Yes, I do. Thank you so much for last week. That was last week, wasn't it? I'm sure it was. Yeah, thank you so much, you two, for last week. I know Dan was there helping out, but it was great fun last week. We had a great time. And I know I screenshotted you a few of the comments, but the comments have been flying in all week from there. People have got orders and stuff. They just love it. So, yeah, thank you, you two. And as I said, Katie, stay tuned next Saturday. A week on Saturday. What's the date? A week on Saturday, because then the love's going to really start flying. But we'll chat a bit more about that. Hey, Robin's in the house. Must be close to 9 o'clock. That's her time to come on. Right, Lazy Dog, Slow, and Hedgerow. There we go. Slow, the hedge slow. That's what I've called it. The hedge slow. Yes. Boom. Right. Let's move on. Hope the hangover wasn't too bad. Poor old Dan. Hope Dan was in there with the old bacon and eggs in the morning. Epic. Right. Oh, this got to finish this. This was what did I put in this? I won't tell you what I put in this. That'll give it away. It's a Spanish style rum. I've gone with the tropical soda in there. Right. So, just so chapter up again, I'm going to do La Hechicera, but I need to do this. I'm just going to whack that on screen. The Hechicera. The Hechicera. Just so I can do that. What's that? 55. Just so I can remember. Timestamps rock, you know. Timestamps are really, really good. Let's get rid of that. Right, there we go. That's better. So, go back to the old chit-chat. Right, I've had this bottle for a long, long time. By the way, at any point, guys, if you've got any questions, can I put this on screen without it stalking? No, it won't. Oh, that might work. Just for a couple of minutes. I know it annoyed Trevor, but I'll get rid of that in a couple of minutes. Someone pipe up if I forget about it. But if you do have any questions at any point, as I say, this is pretty much unscripted tonight's show because it's not Craft Rum Club. So any questions, I'm willing to break off and do whatever. But I just want to taste this because this has been behind the bar now for flipping ages. And I've forgotten all about it. And someone then piped up in the comments the other day and was like, what's that taste like? I was like, oh my God, I don't know. I actually don't know because I didn't even taste it at the rum show because I had a bottle here and I was like, oh no, I'm going to have it at home. So I still have never tasted it. Never tasted it. Right. Let's top this. So I have got a little bit of information on La Hechicera. Excuse my weird Spanish accent. Right. I'll read you what I found this afternoon, okay? Bearing in mind, I had to sort of semi-translate this. Okay, I'll read it off the bottle, actually. I'll see what comes off the bottle. Straight from Colombia, so it's Colombian rum. Straight from... I'll get rid of that now. So I can see that in the corner of my eye. But yeah, if you do... Here comes the BBC News banner. Sorry, Trevor. Trevor, do you get OCD about that? Why don't you like that? It's like on every station here in the UK. It's like every TV show's got like a news ticket that comes on. It makes me feel important, doesn't it? Right. So Colombian rum, exuberant Caribbean. So straight from Colombia's exuberant Caribbean coast, the Hechicera is masterly blend of rums between. Calm down, Geraint. Calm down. Bear with me. Geraint's going to get his knickers in a twist here. The Hechicera is masterly a blend of rums between 12 and 21 years old. Gracefully matured in former bourbon barrels, with heady scent of prunes, espresso, cacao, distinctive tasting notes of vanilla, orange, and cracked black pepper. This spirit holds true to simple promises from barrel to bottle. Nothing added in between. They are very clear about no additives being added to this at all. Now, someone, I think it was on this thing, wasn't it? Someone said about spicy cocktails because they found this very, very spicy and wanted to do kind of spicy cocktails with it. So, yeah, interesting. Now, we can have a little... Yeah, here we go. Oh, Decky's in there first. All right. There we go. Right. This is what I wanted to have a little chat about. Because... this is Solera aged. Okay. Now, there are various ways of doing Solera aging. And I'm not the expert in this. I've never seen it in real life. I've seen videos on it, but I've never seen it in real life in practice other than Spain, like sherry. So I've never seen it in Runwell. Now, there is the traditional way of doing Solera is you could sort of say in stacks. I know I've talked about this before, but you can have like stacks. So pretend they're barrels sort of lined up like that. Okay. Where's my other one? There we go. So you have your first rum that you produce in 2000 gone into a barrel like that. So they're laid down like that. And then you have your next rums that you kind of blend in 2001, for instance, aged in barrels like that, and they sit on there. And then you have your next barrel that you kind of blend in 2022 or distill in 2022 sitting on top there. Okay. Now what you do is you take rum to fill up your bottles. You take rum from the bottom. Okay, so you fill up your bottle from the bottom cask. You then, to fill up that barrel, you then take from the top cask, and then to fill up that barrel, you take from that cask. All right, so that's traditional Solera aging. Now, in this day and age, that doesn't really work like that, because what you actually have is a big warehouse, and you have barrels. You know, your 2020 stuff over there, you have your 2021 stuff there, you might have your 2022 stuff there, and they just take a bit there. So in old times, it was sort of stacked on top of each other. It's not necessarily stacked on top of each other now. Now, that's one way of doing it. Now, the other way of Solera aging that I've seen is actually they do have those separate barrels, and it is just their way of saying blended. They're kind of topping, they're topping up, but. And because this is the thing, there is a different, from what I've noticed, and Grant will probably have way more in-depth knowledge than this here, but from what I've noticed, there's rums that specifically give you ages with Solera aging, and there's rums that don't give you aging. They just say Solera age with the youngest rum is whatever. Okay. Now, what I'm thinking is happening with some of the, like, say, the 12 and the 21 in here, blend of rums in there. They will have their specific sort of set aside rums of 21-year-old. They'll have their set aside 12-year-olds and various others there. And they'll take a little bit from each one and blend it. In some cases, that is just their way. They call it Solera, but blending. But I dare say in other distilleries, they do just take from a 21 to, the 12 or whatever. So it's a lot still to get your head around. I've seen examples of both. So what an actual 12 to 21 Solera aged rum is in this sense, I don't exactly know. But I would say if they are putting age statements on the rums, then they do know full well exactly where the 21-year-old is and exactly where the 12-year-old is to blend it. That's my interpretation of that form of Solera aging. The rums that do not give you an age of Solera, where they just say it's Solera aged rum, they are the ones that will kind of take from one to top up the next one and down the chain in that sort of thing. So I hope that's clear. It's as clear as mud to me. But, it's not. There are a couple of different ways to do Solera. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not sure how the majority go about it. So, right. I need some water after that blog. There we go. Right, thank you for the comments, guys. We're just having a sip, enjoying Steve tonight. Woohoo! So, what else was I going to do? So, the Hechicera is naturally unpolished. They like the word unpolished. Naturally unpolished rum, which means it's not been rounded up with additives or sugar. Its smoothest of flavour are the result of noble wood it is aged in. This is the traditional way of making rum that does not require any polishing or finishing. Any additive would only opaque its innate brilliance. That's gone through Google Translate. La Hechicera's flavour profile is exactly what we expect the rum to be. Deep woodiness, characterful notes of Colombia, a heady scent of toffee orange. I've kind of read that. Nose, boulder burst flavour, tobacco, roasted coffee, etc., etc. Blend, 12 to 21-year-old, Solera, Spanish. La Hechicera is Spanish for enchantress. There we go. Claire will like that. She's going to call herself La Hechicera now from now on. And it's 40 quid. 39.89, I think it was. I've written 40 quid, but 39.80 quid. As I understand it, these guys are not distilling. They see themselves as Spanish-style aging house. Oh, that's interesting because I've actually seen. Well, that is really interesting. Really interesting because I've actually seen photos of them distilling in column stills. So that's actually interesting. This is what I mean. There's no real clarity out there about some of these Spanish rums, especially Venezuela, Colombia, and all those kind of Nicaragua. There's no kind of knowledge out there specifically. But I have seen photos, and I think there's some on their website actually of their column stills. But they might be just put there. They might be from a different distillery. I don't know. I don't know. But that is interesting. Right, so I might get the old Rum X out for this. I haven't done Rum X for a couple of weeks. Rum Execute. Right, let's go. What are we doing? La Hechicera, fine aged rum. There we go. Boom. Right. Ooh, this has been rated quite a few times. I won't give you the average just yet, but it's been rated 101 times. Bearing in mind this app is, I know the US have got it now, but it's predominantly heavy Germany and Europe and all that. Right, so let's get on and record tasting impressions. There we go. Katie, for those of you that have just joined us for the first time, this is the app we use, Rum X. Boom. Haven't done it for a few weeks, have I? That way. There we go. Rum X. That's an awesome app. We like that. It's available worldwide now. I think even in Australia. It's gone global, isn't it? It's gone global. We've made them famous. Hide. Right, let's go back to the old chit chat. Right. Well, I tell you what, this coffee note's off that. I ain't even got close to that yet. It's because the fan is right there. It's like, shh. Right. So, first thing I'm going to do is select my old colour. What's the old colour on that? Oh, brown sherry. It's not treacle, it's brown sherry. So for those of you, again, that have not got the old app, you can kind of scroll through that. Can you see the colours on there? There you go. So brown sherry. Definitely brown sherry for me. Yeah, happy with that. Right, on the old nostrils. Vanilla, coffee, chocolate. Not sure what else I get off that, actually. Vanilla, coffee, and chocolate. It reminds me of like the Chocky Bourbon biscuits you dump in the double-decker biscuit things. Reminds me of those. Yeah, I'm not getting much off that. Vanilla, coffee, chocolate. That's what I'm getting. What have other people got? Other people. Vanilla, woody, cocoa, orange peel. I forgot about the orange peel. No, I'm not getting orange off that. Caramel, barrel, plum. Not getting plum either. Coffee, roasted, brown sugar, dried dates, winterly. That's a brand new one I've not seen before. Winterly. Toffee, alcoholic, and toasted. So vanilla, cocoa, or chocolate for me, but I'll humour the cocoa. Coffee. Yeah, I'm not getting much of toffee. It doesn't smell it's going to be viciously sweet. Like, it doesn't smell anything like a Diplo where you get that level of sweetness of it. So sweetness, even though I can't score it on here, sweetness I'd potentially give that a 1 out of 5 on sweetness. I can't score it because it's not a thing for it, but 1 out of 5 I'd give that. It doesn't smell like it's going to be sweet at all. Right, sweetness, fruit. I'm not getting too much fruit off that, if I'm honest. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave that one there, and then I'm going to have. Actually, that's a bit stupid. I'm going to leave that one there just to open out a bit, and I'll come back to that in about half an hour or so. Remind me about 9:30. I'll come back to that and see if there's any more fruity stuff. In a moment, though, I'm going to give it a 1. I don't think there's much fruit on there at all. Floral, nothing. Spices, vanilla-y. I don't think there's much peppery spice to it. Bearing in mind, someone did say it was kind of chili forward for them. So yeah, I don't think there's much spice on it at all. So I'll give it 1 for the vanilla. Actually, you better give it 2 because of the vanilla. Woody, 1. Roasted, 1. Rounded, 1. Right. Let's go for the old taste. Let's go for the old taste test. I've just seen a funny comment there. I think it was Katie, wasn't it? Something about turning it upside down for the Australians. Where's that gone? It's gone flying past. I'll come back to it. I'm sure someone said turn it upside down for the Australians. I don't know where it's gone. Oh, hang on. Decky. What's Decky going? Decky? Casa Santana is the maturation house, but La Hechicera gets distilled and then it's sent there by, I believe. Okay, interesting. Per the guy at the rum show, they are the buying the stuff in. Okay, interesting. It's a bit of debate going on in the old comments. I don't care. The fact is, neither of them know for sure. Right. Decky gave it 77. 77, good shout. Take it up to 5. I'm sure someone put upside down for that, but I don't know. I can't see it now. Oh, there it is. Where has it gone? Oh, it's Kevin. I knew it was a K. I might have known that was Kevin's banter. Did it take much to flip it? Yeah, you can tell. You can tell that's Kevin's level of banter. There we go. Right, let's taste it. Wow. I get what I mean by the spice. Again, that's another one of those dangerous rums that if you told me that was 30% or 25%, I'll totally believe you. I've had a few of those recently. Oh, that's got a nice heat to it. I wouldn't say chili. Whoever put chili, it's definitely got a nice peppery tingle to it, though. Wood, and again, not much fruit to it. Bit of definitely the bourbon barrels, definitely kind of barrel aging on that. Which is this is my whole point about the Solera, because that has, if nothing's added to that, which they claim they haven't, that's got some vicious kind of wood barrel aging going on. So there's no way that has been traditionally Solera aged barrel to barrel, because that's taken on way more sort of wood notes than you would expect to get off a traditional sort of Solera from one to the other. That's got a hell of a sort of peppery tingle to it, but lovely, really nice. Burnt toffee, wood, peppery, bit of vanilla in there. Oh, that's nice. It's thin. Right, here's an interesting one for you. The rum, I'm thinking way ahead now to the finish. The rum has got a very short finish, but the peppery tingle hasn't. The peppery tingle stays around for ages, which is that wooden barrel aging. But the rum has got a really short finish to it. But I like that. I do like that sort of woody, peppery bite that leaves. Really kind of heavy tannins, if you know what I mean. That's interesting. Right, let's get on and do the old tasting notes. Right. Vanilla, spicy, roasted, mild, dark chocolate. Yeah, swill it around. Definitely dark chocolate. If you've never done that, swill a rum around, because that gives you something very different to just sipping it. When I sip that, no chocolate. When I swill it, loads of chocolate. Yeah. Oh, I tell you, that peppery tingle, that is properly. I don't think I've got another rum on that level, to be honest. The Pusser's 15-year-old is very close. I genuinely don't think I've got another rum. I'm not going to say vicious, but I kind of mean that level of barrel aging, that wooden. I don't think I've got another rum at that level. The Flor de Caña 18, maybe, and the Pusser's 15, maybe. But I think that might pip it. That's quite. I think I'm going to, they've all put spicy on there. I'm going peppery, sort of. I suppose actually a nod to sort of cinnamon. I suppose. I like that. So vanilla. I'll bow down to the spicy. I'll put spicy on there. Dark chocolate. I'll agree with that. Orange. No, I don't get the orange. I don't get the orange. Definitely barrel, woody. Others are coming in here. Cinnamon, leather, cappuccino, burnt sugar, and cocoa. Well, I've already got the chocolate. Cappuccino? I wouldn't say I get that milky vibe. Leather, yeah. Cinnamon. All right, cinnamon. That's interesting. Okay. Right. So let's give it sweetness. Whoa. This is quite a hard one. Up front, initial taste, 2 out of 5. After 2 or 3 seconds, 1 out of 5. I'm going to go 1 out of 5. Fruit. Again, I don't think it's that fruity. I'm going 1, but I don't even know whether I can give it a 1, to be honest. I'm going 0. 0. Floral, 0. Spices, yeah, 4. 4. Way up there on 4. Woody, 3. Roasted, 3. Rounded, 2. Finish. I do think it is very short. Finish. You know, it's kind of thin. There's a bit of legs on it, but the finish just go. You're just left with that sort of peppery bite, spicy bite. So let's do that. Spice. See, on the finish, there's loads of other things: tropical fruit, sweetness, mocha, toffee, dried dates, licorice. I'm leaving that because I've just opened the barrel, and I'm going to come back to this one. I want to see, like, potentially in like 2 or 3 days' time, which will be that in half an hour or so. I want to see what that's like. Finish short, right? Score. I forgot to look what the average was as well on this. Right, hang on. 60 to 69 is pleasant. It's better than pleasant. 70 to 79 is good. 80 to 89 is very good. Good or very good? Right. I'm going to put it... Right, there we go. And I'm going to justify this. I'm going to put it at 79. 79 out of 100. So it's the top end of good. The reason I've not gone very good, and I think it potentially should be very good, is just that short finish. I want a slightly longer rum finish to it. It's just spicy bite to it. Slightly longer rum finish, and that is a belter. An absolute belter of a rum. And that's why I don't think it's very good. I think it's good at 79. It's definitely better than 75, mid 70s. It's almost very good. It's just that shorter finish for me. That's what does it. So I'm gonna lock that in at 79. Right. There we go. So 102 ratings. Average is 75. Okay. Right, there you go. I'll show you the spread just so you can kind of see. There we go. Can we see that? One numpty's giving it 30. That is a complete and utter twat because it's definitely not a 30. A few in the 50s. Again, they're muppets because it's better than 50. 60s. Yeah, I'd say it's even better than 60s. But, you've got quite a few people in the 80s there and a couple in the 90s. So the vast majorities are going... So, yeah, me with 79, I think I'm quite happy with that. Because quite a few people have gone 80s. So, yeah, I'm quite happy with that. That's decent. 40 quid, though. Is it a 40 quid run? If that... Right. Oh, I'm tight, you know. I'm tight. If that had a longer finish, I wouldn't have any hesitations on saying that's a 40 quid run. For me... It's probably about £5 too much. I would say that's a good £35 rum. And I know it's just £5, but I just want that slightly longer finish. That's all. That's my verdict on that. Right, let's catch up. It hasn't scrolled, so I know exactly where I was. Right, Decky gave it 77. Windy gave it 77. Happy days. Windy, I rather like the banana. Oh, that's Decky, Kevin's smartphone screens. Right, I did. Right, Geraint. What's Geraint getting? Dark chocolate, vanilla, coffee, dried plums. When it opens, I get the orange peel. I'm looking forward. So I reckon another. We'll see. I'm gonna give this a bit longer. I'm definitely getting no orange anything off that in a moment. Oh bloody hell! Geraint, Jesus, Geraint gave that a higher score than me. 8.05, so 80 and a half. Wow, Geraint's giving it a higher score than what I've done. That's funny. As one of my mates said, this perhaps what Diplo might be without all the sugar. Oh yeah, that's a pretty good point actually. Adrian, congratulations, well done. Let's all give him a big round of applause. Congratulations, Adrian. I took a 30-day break from making cocktails, made 3 this week, and my friends came over. Awesome stuff. A medical doctor, Adrian, or a doctor in something else? What are you a doctor in? That's awesome. Well done, my friend. Dr. Adrian, yes. Dr. Adrian. Breaking Bad theme cocktail chemist. Right. I'm going to be tasting all the funky substances in the chemistry class. That's right. Katie, what's Katie saying? Katie's written a blog. We've just spotted the wrong Cube in the background. We've got 2 there in 8. Añejo, 2 of their Añejo variations. What are the... And I can't try that. I'm going to keep coming back to that. That's nice. Katie, what are the Añejo variations? The reason I ask, because you're there. So we've got that Añejo. We've got the Añejo Suave, sherry aged. That's gorgeous. That is absolute belter of a rum. That's really good. So 7-year-old, 5-year-old, but this is split age, so it's a 3+. I think it's 3+2, but it might be 4+1. I think it's 3+2. So I think that's a step up from the Dorada. I think the Dorada is 3+1, which I think that makes that a 3+2. But the reason I say that is because we've got the posh Cubes down here. The posh Añejos. Oh, love JBE. Love JBE. So there we go. These are the posh ones. Look. Boom. There we go. Look. These are Añejos. Añejo Viejo, Añejo Extra Viejo, and the Extra Añejo in that one. Tasting notes, flipping delicious. Flipping delicious. Right. Yeah. Let's reacquaint myself with the Añejo. Why not, eh? Why not? I haven't had this for a few weeks. I love proper Spanish, like Cuban rums, because they have the light pourers in. Genius. And then it all comes gushing out and spills all over the place. Right. And the Suave to this. Oh, just amazing. Geraint's put it's definitely a £40 rum. See, I don't think it is a £40 rum. Generally don't think it's a £40 rum. Considering my speciality is rums under £50. Geraint's speciality is rums over like £80, £100. I don't think that is a £40 rum. Being brutally honest, that is because of the short finish. I genuinely think that's probably should be roughly around £32 to £35 purely on the finish. It's a good rum, but the shortness of finish lets it down a little bit. So no, it's not a £40 rum because I've got other £40 rums here that are actually what I would class way better than that. Is that, for instance, is that in that class? No. Is it in that class? No. And they definitely are £40 rums for me. And I will leave that argument there because I've just won it. Oh, and that, I mean, the Black Barrel as well, you know. Case, he's just done the slam dunk now. So yeah, is it better than those? It's a different style, but they give you more cuddles, if you like. And this is, I mean, that's a where's the reserver? I mean, that's a £48 rum, and that's a belter of a rum. So yeah. So I need to. I think I need to spend some time educating Geraint on his under £50 rums, if I'm honest. He's like, right. Oh, this is so good. I love the Añejo. I mean, it's just gorgeous. Soft, fruity, notes of sort of stone fruit, apricot in there, a plum in there, little hint of chocolate, not too much, but a tiny, tiny hint of chocolate in there. Oh, this is gorgeous stuff. Oh, nice little bit of peppery tingle, spice tingle, but not too much. That for me, I enjoy that, the añejo. And I'm not saying that's bad, because I do like that, but I enjoy the añejo more than that. The finish is longer. You get that lovely sort of definitely fruit cuddle coming through on that. Yeah, it's my biasness towards Cube. Cube should put me on a retainer. Right, Adrienne is general medicine, general med. So anything involving the human body depends on the final exam in the 6th year. Wow. Where are you studying, Adrienne? Are you? So I don't think you're UK, are you? I'm not. Oh, I might have got this wildly wrong. I don't think you're UK. I've completely forgotten. Where are you? Right. Where did the second expensive coupe came from? Should we just get it out? Should we just? We might as well just, where did it come from? Well, it didn't come from Master Bolt, that's for sure, because it's sold out. So you're, just in case if you don't know, this is what my lovely membership community bought me for my birthday present, because I absolutely adore white rums. I love white rums. So this is you can see there's a couple of little bits gone in there. This is a 14-year-old white rum. So we can assume it's been filtered a little bit, but oh my God, it's tasty. It's proper tasty. I absolutely love that. I don't know where to put them. They might just have to sit up there, except they don't fit in the shelf. So yeah, no one's spotted the 50th anniversary black tot yet either. Right, where are we going? The 2020 black tot. This is just this bottle ain't gonna last long. This is dangerous, this bottle. So this is 18 years old. And if you put a straw in that, that's just like squash. Oh, it's rum squash. How much is this a bottle? £125 a bottle. Mm. So yeah, that came from Cuba. Cuba! Cesar. JBE. Thank you, JBE. That is, goddammit, the best rum I've ever tasted. I mean, the white is pretty spectacular as well. Oh, come here. The white is. I want to forget about these because otherwise we're going to go through them too quickly. The white is flipping phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. But they're both 40% as well. Oh my God, that's good. That is good, right? The white. Oh, actually, every time, right? It's how it's gone this week. Look at that. Oops. Every time I have a little sip of that, I'm like, oh, that's the best rum I've ever had. And then I come back to that and I'm like, oh my God, that's so amazing. These are two. Look, you know me, I focus on rums under 50 quid. I do. And this is the weird thing, right? Just to kind of complete the set. This is the weird thing, because the old Reserva, the 10-year-old, Right, so the old 10-year-old, which is £48 or whatever it is. I mean, it's delicious, but I love the roundness and the smoothness that extra 8 years of aging gives that, because that's obviously 8 years older than what that is. But I actually do enjoy the Añejo. I enjoy the Añejo neat more than I do the Reserva, but the Reserva is a cracking rum. I think there's more fruity notes coming off the Reserva. I think that's what it is. There's more wood barrel notes coming off the. There's more wood barrel notes coming off the Reserva, and there's more fruity notes in the Añejo, the standard Añejo. And then we've got the extra Añejo in the Viejo there. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm happily sip that, but it's a reason I go through more of the Añejo than the Reserva. But, oh, Jesus. If they were 20, 30 quid cheaper, they would be... oh, yeah, these are lethal. Absolutely lethal. Gorgeous. I will give Big G... See, this is my point. Big G, when we're talking about £100 stuff, he knows his shizzle. These are phenomenal. It was Big G that put us onto these. I've got all the Cubes. I never paid it because they were over 100 quid. I was like, I'm not going to pay 100 quid for a rum. So he was the one that sort of piped up and said they were amazing. And they flipping are. They absolutely are. So he knows his £100 rums, but I've got to educate Big G under the £50 mark. He's a little bit wild on his under £50. He's a little bit all over the shop. So we'll get there with him. We'll sort him out. Right, what else? What else have we got here? Let's dive into these comments. So if any of you got any questions, now, as I say, keep piping up the questions. Remember, let's just wind Trevor up a little bit more. He loves this. There we go. He loves this, right? Right, let's go back here. So where do we get to? I think we should all get a discount code for Ron Cube off you, Steve. I will tap up JBE John, see what we can do. Not tried the Ron Cube Carta Blanca yet. Carta Blanca is amazing. I would love to. It's what we're working on is to get. It may be John and Ant coming on, but we hopefully going to try and work on getting Cesar Marti, who is the blender of Cuba Ron. Cuba Ron also. Cuba Ron is same people that make Santiago de Cuba, parent company of, or not the parent company, but also responsible for Havana and what's the other one? Eminente, I think it is. So Cuba Ron, they make a lot of the Cuban rum. But as far as I understand it, Ron Cube is the rum of the Cuban people. It's the rum that the Cubans love. Right, Decky, Downty, Oz. Dispatched. What? Oh. Right, get your fancy. I've caught up. What have I done? Sorry, guys. Under 50. It's going into a slop. This ain't going into slops. Jesus Christ. You've got to be joking. Let's go down my neck. Oh, that's so good, that stuff. So any questions, keep them coming in. I will keep the banner scrolling until I get to the bottom, and then no doubt Trevor's piped up and said, "Get off the screen." Right. He's talking about this one. One of my favourite rums of all time. That's what he's talking about there. Stunning stuff. Absolutely stunning. Honestly, I can't split them. It's that one. That's the normal Añejo. I can't split them because that is a white light rum is stunning in its own right. Totally different. I'm not sure I want to do it, but I really want to make a daiquiri with that. But I can't justify 60 mil going in a daiquiri. I just won't do it. But I think that's going to make a pretty tasty daiquiri. Oh, it's just no feisty bite. I think I've got the Aguardiente Destilado levels for the Cubes now. I think I've got them. I've just got to make my head around them. And that's a chat. So I'm steadily getting my head around Cuban rum. And I've kind of got it. I've semi got Cuban rum of how it's like different rums come up with different things. It's a whole. We'll talk more about it in depth in a future time. But it's this whole Aguardiente, which is like the tasty bit of the rum that is distilled. So they distill Aguardiente, but they also distill Destilado, and it's the different Cuban rums are. Or different brands, let's just put it like this, different brands blend different amounts of Aguardiente with Destilado. And this is why you get some variants or a lot of variants in different Cuban rums, because some brands may be using 75% of Aguardiente, other brands may only be using 25% Aguardiente. Aguardiente is that really the best Cuban rum, essentially. So it's different levels. The amount of Aguardiente in a rum really goes to the quality of the rum. Okay, but I've got Pete coming on from the Island Rum Company, who's going to talk about the Progressiva, and that's booked in as well. Sorry, I forgot about that. Pete's coming on to talk about black tears and the Progressiva, but generally talk about Cuban rum, and that is definitely happening. That's October time, maybe November, maybe just after the rum show actually, or Rum Fest. Pete's going to come on, but he's really passionate about Cuban rum. So he's going to give us a really good knowledge, but he's got his knowledge of that side. And I really want to get hold of Cesar Marti to kind of talk about Cube in that sense. Right, David Bell. I bet Trevor's already piped up. I'll have to get rid of this. Sorry, right. I'm not there, but there we go. Right, Trevor, I'm fairly new to your show. Watch every day to catch up on all things rum. Months into my rum journey and loving it. Dave, come into the Discord. I'm guaranteed someone's already said that. Come into the Discord. The Discord link is... It's not scrolling, Trevor. Don't panic. There we go. That's the Discord link. So come into the Discord. You are more than welcome to come in there. It's completely free, but the membership area is the paid for area. Not in the membership till you've done the Discord. Oh, how do I get in the Discord? I told you, you're all over it so far. Dave, it should be up in the description of one of his knife videos. Steve, throw out the Discord link. There we go. It's on there. See, I'm only a few minutes behind. What was that? 36 minutes behind. There you go. You can cope with 6 minutes. That's fine. Yeah, look at all this. Look at all this. Great communities built up. Look. Everyone here has helped me big time as I'm new to rum myself. Lovely, jubbly. Right, just open mine. Ash has a glass too of... What have you just opened? What? I've missed something. What have you just opened, Claire? What have you just opened? Romania. Sorry, there it is. Adrian's in Romania. There we go. I knew it wasn't UK. Awesome. Right. So I'm assuming Claire has just opened this. I'm assuming that's what she's talking about on here. I've probably missed a couple of comments, but you are the unofficial. Too many daiquiri. I'm not wasting out on a daiquiri. Oh, you lot. Fucking hell. Oh, it's like a performing monkey, isn't it? Okay, I'll do a mini daiquiri. Oh, Jesus Christ! Right, mini daiquiri. Hang on a minute. I'm going to have to. I'm going to do a mini daiquiri. Hang on a minute. I'm just going to have to get the lime juice. He says, "Where my lime juice? I've got a lime." There we go. Right. I'm still here. That's fine. There we go. Right. You're thinking, what am I doing? I'm cheating. I have actually, I've actually got some. Oh, you won't cut. Just to prove there's some in there. Look, I've got some daiquiri with some lime and sugar, just kind of chilling down. So only yesterday's, fine. Don't panic. So I've got some lime and sugar there. So mini daiquiri coming up. 30 mil in the daiquiri. Oh, it's going down. Right, I'm not touching it again after this week. I'm keeping it for ages. Right, ice cubes. Ice. There we go. Big chunky ice. When you're doing mini daiquiris, you have to use. Oh, look, what's he doing? I've got my barfly stuff as well. Here we go. Have to use the barfly stuff, don't we? Good old barfly. Right, there we go. Right. Ding, ding, ding. Loads of barfly stuff, see? Right, ready? I'm trying to shake like that, but I can't shake like that. I've got funny elbows. Look at that. That's how good the barfly stuff is. It chills instantly. Look at that. Woohoo! The most expensive daiquiri I've ever had. Right. What are you lot doing to me? Thank you, Kevin. Without doubt, the most expensive daiquiri I've ever had, I'm ever likely to have. It's icy cold. Look at the condensation on that. That's what you want, look. Right. I've still got that. I've forgotten what this was now. Oh, the Hechicera. I've still got the Hechicera, sort of getting some oxygen. Kevin, this is just for you. Oh, that tastes like honey. Oh, that's good. Wow. Wow. That's a good job. That's not in the running on Thursday. Oh, dear God. Right, this flow's coming on and seeing what's going on here. Hang on, hide that. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, that's what that is. The most expensive daiquiri I've ever made. Oh, that is gorgeous. That is absolutely gorgeous. Wow. I've got no other words. Wow. That is everything. I want column still, light, fresh, not overly fruity. It's more those sort of vanilla floral notes that I really, really like in daiquiris. Unless I want a fruity daiquiri. Fruity daiquiris are fine. Love fruity daiquiris, like mango daiquiri or pineapple daiquiri or whatever. But when it comes to proper, just rum, white rum, light rum daiquiris, I love the Spanish style. That's where I kind of sit. But this is going to be really interesting. Thursday's going to be really interesting for you. That is a beauty. So 6-2-1, essentially that was 5, probably 5-2-1 actually, because I went a bit shy on the rum. Oh my God, that's good. That is belting. Right. Wish I could get some Cuban rum. Oh, Dave's in Iowa. I just missed that. Yes. Pain offset with pleasure. Yes. Right. From Dan, what's Dan? From Dan, Steve, this is dangerous. I want to go and buy a load more rums down. Dad, hey, stick with us, Dad. And before, look, I don't care. Even if you donate £25 or £50, There is no, as much as I love Cassie and Dan and their Stratford sodas, there is no shitting way in the world I'm mixing those with Stratford sodas. They are staying neat. I will quite happily mix these. I will quite happily mix those. Just take my word of it. That's going to be amazing with like the tropical soda. All right, just take my word for it. You don't need to pay me to taste that. That's going to be amazing, but I ain't going to do it. Oh, it's tasty. That's tasty. Right. Guys, I said to Big G earlier, I just found out my missus ordered me the wrong Koubei carter. Oh, Mark. Hello, big boy. Amazing. Hope she got it from Master of Malt. Because at least we can guarantee that's young, proper stock. As opposed to sitting in a warehouse for like 14 years. Mentioning no names, Whiskey Exchange. Oh, couldn't agree more. What did Tom say? What could Tom not agree more with? Tom couldn't agree more. She is keeper. Ah, there he is. She is a keeper. She is a keeper. Mark, whatever your wife's name is, Mark, Mrs. Esdale, congratulations on your anniversary. I felt the quid in every drop of that porridge. Oh, love for the rebrand. Out with the wonky stock, in with the dodgy stock. What's the wonky stock? Oh, that is stunning. It's like honey. It's got this honey vibe to it. I finished the rum now. Right. I'm putting that away. You lot are a bad influence. I'm putting that away. That is going in its little home, and it's not coming out until next week. Oh, that's the bad thing with this. It's a dark bottle. I can't see how much is left in there, but it's heavier than that one. Right. Let's get in there. Right. They are going away. I don't mind playing with other stuff now, but that's not. Coroni daiquiri. Oh, yeah, we were going to do a Coroni and Coke, weren't we? That Coroni, the petrol. The petrol, I don't even want to. I'm not even opening that. Oof. Who's willing to try? Coroni daiquiri coming up. I do. Yes, she ordered it from Master of Malt. Awesome. There's no shit. No harm, quiet. What's going on here? No harm, quieting you for a minute away, Steve. What? What's that? Anyone translate Irish for me? No harm, quieting you for a minute anyway, Steve. Ah, right, okay. No, yeah, I'm with it. Don't forget the one I put to the side to the rest. No, I was just going to think it. Just spending that flipping petrol. If I ever run out of petrol in my car, that Coroni's going in it. Right. So, do we get any fruity notes off this Hechicera? I've just seen a photo of Scott. Unfortunately, he's watching this back later. The kids have taken over the TV with the Xbox. I thought Scott had gone quiet. Oh, right. Right. The Hechicera after what? 40 minutes, maybe? It's definitely still coffee, chocolate, vanilla. I'm not getting orange on there. I would say it's slightly mellowed, but not to a fruity extent. No, it's definitely coffee, chocolate, vanilla, right? It's mellowed. It's definitely mellowed. Wow, it's mellowed. The spice It's the tingle's there, but it has drastically disappeared. There's still that sort of spicy tingle there. I would say, actually, there's a bit of... I forget what Geraint said now, but I'm getting a little bit of plum on that. Did he say apricot? Stone fruit or something? Without scrolling back, I've forgotten what he said now. There's a little bit of plum note to it. That spice is almost... It's there. The tingle's there. Still a very short finish on it. When I swill it, the spice comes out. When you really swill it, so on a sip, that has mellowed massively. On a swill, the spice is there. And the spice takes over any... That's quite interesting, actually. So on a sip, I do get plum, stone fruit, plum. Juicy Victoria plum. Along with that, but on a swill, I don't get any of that. It's just spice that takes over everything. So it's changed a little bit in that sense, but definitely no orange. Weren't they getting orange or something? What? I'm sure they said that orange. Scroll down, where are we? Palette. Oh, palette. Plum jam. I never noticed that. Plum jam. Okay, well, yeah, all right. Plum jam, dark chocolate, a little chili, black pepper, cinnamon, and cassia bark. The cinnamon spice. When you stick your tongue around your teeth, the tannins, that's where you get the cinnamon. I think, look, I'm not changing my mind. I think that's a cracking rum. But putting it alongside the other £40 rums I've got here, £42 rums, there are other rums that I would spend £40 on compared to that. I still think that's about £35. But that's interesting how that's changed in 40 minutes. And I would love to come back to that next week. Now that it's had a week or so of being open or whatever. It shouldn't make that much difference, to be honest. But my top ceiling for that would be £35. Yeah. Decent. Very, very good. I recommend everyone buying it and trying it. 100%. It is really, really good. But I think it's a really, really good £35 rum. Not a really, really good £40 rum. If that makes sense. Right. I saw a couple of questions. The capital letters pipe up here somewhere. So where did they get to? Claire was the first one. What does the Black Top 50 taste like? I'm not open. I've got something lined up for that. So that is unopened. That's staying like that for the time being. And no amount of bribes in the world will get me to change that. But I have tried it, and it's a glorious, glorious rum. I can't give you any more tasting notes on it because that was a while ago that I've tasted it. Well, lockdown, I tried it, but it's a great rum. It's a great, great rum. But that is staying sealed for the foreseeable. Right. Decky, not a fan of Coroni then, Steve. Coroni, right. Decky. The Boutique Rum Company, Coroni. Oh, this one. Just so I don't have to waffle. That one. That is at 61.5%. That will power my car. 7 to 23-year-old rum. It's like, I don't even want to take the cap off. It's like petrol. It is like petrol. This one, however, this is a belter. I do quite like this. Quite like it. I do actually really like it. But those two are like, if you told me they were the same distillery, I would have laughed at you because they are completely and utterly different. So that is the Bristol Coroni 1977. And that's what the guys got me for my birthday. That was my other birthday present as well. This is a much more pleasurable drinking experience, he says, running out of glasses. And tastes absolutely nothing like that, the Boutique Rum Company one. Absolutely nothing like it. It's got that hint of petrol, but not even remotely close. On a scale of 1 to 10, that's a 10. On petrol stakes, that's about a 1. 61, what was this? 50, 56.4. So the ABV isn't that much difference between them. 56.4 versus 61. You know, it's like 5 and a bit. Or 4 point, what is it? Right, 4.8. Oh yeah, sorry, 5 point. Where are we? 4.7. Hang on. Yeah, 4.7 between them. Right, I'm just not going to get the full benefit of these. Havana Steve, I'm definitely doing these bank holiday, 100%. The New Grove Royal Blend and the Bundy OP, 100% is coming out to play. I did say they would come out to play on bank holiday. Definitely want to try those. So that's bank holiday Sunday, where I've not got much, but that. I'll be brutally honest with that Bristol, with that Corona at the moment. I wouldn't have that now in this heat. But, and Scott said something similar to this in Discord earlier today, actually. That for me, when it's colder outside, that is exactly the rum that I want to go to. When I'm a little bit colder, I want warming up, want that cuddly feel, that is exactly the rum I'm going to pull out from the back bar now. That is stunning, that Corona for that. I just don't want it now. It's too heavy for me now. But nice, cold, like icy cold day and a drop of that Corona, that's going to be immense. November, December time, that's going to come into its own. That's insane. That's so good. But not when it's like 35 degrees outside and I'm boiling and I'm dripping of sweat. Right. Question. There was another question here somewhere. Where did it go to? Let's just go through. I've seen it. Darren's got a question. I'll come to that in a second. Geraint. All we need now is Appleton, Hearts, and Ginger. Yeah, we can do that. I get tobacco more now in the Hechicera. See, I didn't get the. Is that one, wasn't it? Yeah. No, I don't get. I'm going to come back to that. Remind me next week after. Who's coming on next week? What's next week? Oh, Streamer Tale. After Streamer Tale's done, remind me to visit the Hechicera next week because I want to see what a week of air in that bottle does to it. Because I really don't get tobacco on that at all now. But the plum did come out. Plum is still there now. Interesting. Right. More dried vegetable than that. Dried plum. Right. Question. Here we go. Darren. What is the best banana out there at the rum? Is it Banana Bomb or is there something better? Right. Best banana rum. I've always had a soft spot. So Banana Bomb. I don't need to get that down. I can do. It's right. He says it's right here in front of me. That's pretty decent. You know, that is, you can't see that. So we know what the question is. Banana rum, right? Okay. Like that. We know what they're right, that's pretty decent. It's a decent rum at the base of it. It's DDL. It's Guyana rum in there. El Dorado, essentially. It's 57% ABV. It's decent banana. But I've always had a soft spot for... And I think if we could... This is going to be a hard one to do. But Steve McGarry, who was at Beanley... So Steve McGarry, who was Beanley distiller, blender, I think he was, blender, has set up his own rum company, Sydney Rum Company, I think that's what it's called. And they've now acquired Cargo Cult. And I've been chatting to him a little bit. We met properly at the rum show, but we've been chatting online a little bit. And he now owns that brand. So that is now him. And he's been giving me a bit of info on it. And I've always had a soft spot. And that's actually real banana in there. Banana skins. And I've always rated this. I mean, the smell between them is so different. As much as I love what Hursty does and the market he's aiming at, I completely get Hursty's market. From my market, from my point of view, there's no competition. That is insanely good. And I said that years ago, 2-3 years ago, whenever it was. That is one of my favourite banana rums. Yeah, I mean, sod it, why not? Let's have a little dram of banana rum. For my, yeah, it's the right way around. For my, look, I love Hursty. I love what he's doing. For me, he's creating the better DMF brand. DMF for pubs, for bars, for the average home consumer. That's exactly where Two Swallows, but the bombs, the grenades sit. Exactly where they sit. Are they for the out-and-out rum lover? The proper rum lovers? Probably not. But I still have a lot of love for them. For me, that Cargo Cult does sit as a proper out-and-out banana rum. Now I've always said it, I've always enjoyed it, but now that I know how that's produced, it makes me believe even more that it's a proper banana rum for banana rum lovers, for rum lovers. It's a goddamn fantastic banana daiquiri. I think the key difference is if you peeled a banana and ate it and it had alcohol in it, that's exactly how that tastes. Whereas that, you know, it's sort of, I don't like to use artificial, but it's semi-artificial, sugary, even though it's natural flavours. You know, the rant that came out on Thursday, even though that is natural flavours, you know, it's still not real banana. That's the difference. But I'll always have a lot of love for that because I get the market. I do. Smash. I couldn't drink that banana bomb neat. That banana bomb is fantastic in cocktails. I couldn't drink that neat. This stuff, easily neat. But I wish, and I'm sure Windy's already piped up here, I wish I tried the banana version of this at the rum show. I didn't because I hadn't tried that. And I was saving myself. But I wish I tried that. So that'll be a good one. So at the moment for me, it's Cargo Cult. Sorry if you can't see that. If I've not held that up to the old camera. There we go. So at the moment, that is my all-star banana rum, and it has been for ages. But the Hechicera, you know, could be, easily. I tell you what, Katie and Dan, I tell you what, that and tropical soda is going to be insane. Katie and Dan, I'll hook you up with Steve because indie brands import Cargo Cult now. So you've got indie brands and you've got Steve. That tropical soda and that banana rum. Oh my God, that's another video. Spoilers, week on Saturday. That's going to be an insane combo. Oh, that's going to be good. That's going to be good. So that was Darren's question. Really dried, maybe like plum, Darren. We are obsessed with Lang's banana, disappeared in 2 weeks. Yeah, Lang's is one of those. Look, I didn't want to say it last week because it was Katie's show last week, but Lang's is one of those artificial. It's good. It is good. It's another look for the market, for the dead man's fingers market, for the cocktail market. Lang's is superb. For the neat rum drinkers market, Lang's is a bit sweet and a bit not banana-y. That's the difference. It's a great rum for, and the brand, Lang's. I've got the pineapple down there. The mango's brilliant. For my hen parties, it's so good. You know, that market is so good. But for the neat rum drinker, not so much. Bit too sweet, if you ask me. I got the orange peel when it had it rested. Steve loved the reformulated DMF banana. Yeah, this stuff's amazing. Where'd it go? This stuff. To be fair, at least I taste banana on it these days. Not too much, but it does. At least in a blind tasting, I would go, oh, banana. Not like last time where I was like, caramel, toffee. What's that? I mean, it's not. It's no competition, but at least it's banana. Right. Jag Pimp. Right. I know Scott's not here, but all of you, Jag Pimp, if you're still here, I don't know how many minutes I am behind, or 7 or 8 minutes. Right. Hopefully he's still here. Jag Pimp is a member. He is a member. Jag Pimp, you need to come into Discord. I know you don't use Discord. Suck it up. Come into Discord. You miss out on so much. That is the whole membership perk. Come into Discord. Download it. Get down with the kids. So come into Discord, Jag Pimp. Yeah, see, discarded banana. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Honestly, when you try the cargo cult, and I know this for a fact, I've seen this so many times. When you try cargo cult and then go discarded banana, there's no competition. So I'm not even going to entertain that. That's just, you're just going to have to try that one for yourselves. Eldorado 12 and Coke, yes. I like how the animals. Is that what these are? So for those, I'm not sure this is banter, but is that? Can you see? Is that kind of? Oh, hang on. Is that animals in there? Is that what we're talking about? Oh, hang on. That's an animal. Yeah, it's kind of cool bottle. There we go. La Hechicera. Right. Enjoying your live show from Iowa. There's a few Iowans in the house tonight. Hello, Greg. Hello, Greg. Also, I can smell it's banana now. This stuff is just insane. It's just like proper banana. Yeah, that's good. Right. What's Adrian? Our column is a great case of nuclear war. Filters out the radiation. It also is. Trust me, I'm a doctor. I've always liked Adrian. Right. So we have decided drinking 1870 is probably cheaper than putting heating on lovely, warm. Yeah, oh yeah. I tell you what, bloody hell. I tell you what, Claire, get on, Jesus. Get on the Coroni. I think you could probably do half the amount of Cube, or sorry, half the amount of that to Cube. Roughly the same price as well. Yeah, that is your ultimate winter warmer. Redbeard, hello, Redbeard. 86 friends banana is good. Oh, you lot in your bloody... Yeah, I'm not getting involved in that chat. I'm posh, don't you know? Yeah, I'm probably behind the times now, but I don't know what time that was. What time was that? So that was about 7 minutes ago, so I'm not sure when I said that, but yeah, I would have liked to have tried that, the Hechicera banana. Reading about what they do, I can only assume they actually use banana as well, so that would have been cool. Oh, hang on. Watching this late, glad you like the Hechicera as a spice. As a fan of spicy things, this is one of my go-to rums. Natal. Sorry, how do we say that? Natalie? Is it Natalie? Natalie Miles. Where are you, Cam? Katie Vaughan, stunning combo. See, I'm reading his comments knowing exactly what that was for. So yeah, that's the tropical soda comment. Banana and tropical soda. Have to send another 5 mil. Jack Pimp, Steve the Barman. Hello, I'm American, so take it easy on you. I don't care whether you're American. Come into Discord. That's no excuse. We've got Americans. We've got Canadians in Discord. I've even got a Swiss and a Norwegian. So if they can do it, you can do it. Don't give me that. Look at all these Americans coming in. Look, these US. I'm guessing you've seen the some of you. I'm guessing I know where some of you have come from. From my audience that's still here, just drinking. I'm doing 2 live streams next week. I'm doing a live stream with the Just Drinking boys at 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. UK time, which is 4 p.m. their time. So it's a bit earlier for them, but it's quite late for me. I would have just started. But we're doing a live stream next Saturday. I'm going on their channel. Because they keep saying they're the #1 rum community. And Jesus, they're #1 rum community. What a load of tosh. But we had a really good chat. Loads of banter there last week. I think it was last week. So next Saturday and Sunday, but next Saturday at 10 o'clock UK time, 4 o'clock US. So they're Iowa as well. Yeah, they are Iowa. So 4 o'clock Iowa time, whatever that is, Central. It's not Mountain, so it must be Central. So 4 o'clock Central time in the US. I'm live with Just Drinking boys, and we're going to be showing them proper rum. All right. Jag Pimp. He's in Tucson. Right, a new George. What's George? George is new to the rum scene, looking for a smooth sipping rum. I'm sure. Yeah, there we go. See that? The boys are on it. Aaron's on it. You'll get so many different opinions. You just have to find your own way. Look at all the Americans here, the US people. Hello, peeps. Aloha from Tacoma, Washington. Oh, now is that Washington East Coast or Washington State West Coast? Sorry, there is. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry, William. Washington always confuses me because I know there's 2 Washingtons. So I don't know. Say, are you close to New York or are you close to Canada? Well, you're close to Canada then, I suppose. You know what I mean? Vancouver. Right. Sean's here. Hello, Sean. Yes, Sean, I saw your comment as well. I see a couple of Just Drinking members here. Lol. Hey, Greg. Hey, Jag Pimp. I've been lurking in the background for a while. Sean. I did see your comment on their post the other day. Thank you. So is that where I've got Jag Pimp from? Jag Pimp. See, are you in the #1 rum community on the internet? Oh, the lads. We'll have banter next Saturday. Jag Pimp, Steve Barman, teasing you, Steve. What? The amount of swirling sediment in the bottle of Hechicera definitely used real banana. Oh, really? Interesting. Yeah, see, I'd like to try that. The amount of swirling sediment in the bottle of Hechicera definitely used real banana. That's interesting. Right, and some Cornish. Right, trying to find Discord. Let's just put this on screen again. Discord. So Discord is free for everyone. However, the membership area, you have to be a member of my channel to get into the membership area. Right. Next Saturday, 10 p.m. We'll be doing open air cinnamon. Sorry, but might miss it. Central in Iowa. Iowa's Central Time. Awesome. Right. So stblive.uk/Discord. Right. Decky, is that Decky? Who's that? Yeah, it was Decky. My town. Oh, that's not the one I was putting on screen. Well, I'll read it. Right. My town has Pina Colada Festival next week, and we are up where Rupert Holmes. Penis. I have no idea who Rupert Holmes is. Near Seattle, right? I know exactly where that is. See, I saw that one, Washington Pacific Northwest. I kind of got the Northwest. Then when he said Seattle, right, I'm on it. I know where you are now. I've got cousins in just south of Chicago, just New York State as well, and Atlanta, Georgia, Hoshton in Atlanta, Georgia. So I've got cousins out there. My other half of my family moved out there years and years ago. So I should get over there, really. Probably if I went anywhere, it would probably be Atlanta, Georgia. Hoshton. Right. Enjoying a Dolly's 3-year-old double daiquiri after your recommendation. Nice. Be a member, it's worth every penny. Oh, hang on. Whoa. Windy. Windy, if you are still here, Windy, look at the screen. I don't know whether you are here. I haven't seen you comment for a bit. But Windy, if you are here, Steve, we had this chat in Discord earlier. And I said, I don't know. I don't even know who makes Legendario. I don't know whether it's Cuba Ron. I don't know whether it's the other one. I don't know who makes it. But yes, Windy, if you are still here, have a chat to Havana Steve. Steve, you've got Ron Cube, haven't you? How do you compare it to Ron Cube, Carta Blanca? Oh, Rupert Holmes. If you like pina colada. I didn't know that was Rupert Holmes, but there we go. Oh, look, they're all coming in, look. It's just time to put all the comments on screen now. Fat Matt's Rib Shack, if you go to Atlanta. Okay, cool. Lee. Is that Lee again? Oh, Ducky. Yeah, there he is. Ganimals here. Yes. Where you reckon you do the best pina colada? I'm going straight for the bed. For pina colada fans, tune in to Drink Stuff on Wednesday. I've got a 7-way shootout of all 7 coconut products that Drink Stuff sell. So the Monin puree, the ODK puree, the Funkin puree, the Coco Lopez tin, the ODK syrup, the Monin syrup, and the William Fox syrup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. 7-way shoot-off of coconuts in a pina colada. And the results are very interesting. Yes. So Havana Steve, chat to Windy about Legendario. Again, it's something I've not done. I thought Windy'd still be here. Right. I think 20 past 10. If no one else has any other comments, any other questions, if there's any final questions, you go for your life. Geraint is... G, hang on. I will, G. I've just sent a message. It is stamped and ready to go, but I can change it last minute. G, I'm on it. I'll open the envelope. I'm wasting the stamping on. I'm wasting the whole pound, £1.45. I'll sort that out, G. I'll put a sticker over the top. How's that? Yes, so we'll send that to your second address. Great, not a problem. I'm on that. I'll do that. Don't worry. What the Rondorado is lovely gold. Rondorado? Legendario is lovely gold, similar to the Cubes. Also the Legendario and Yeho Blanco. Okay, interesting. Yeah, right, hang on. Let's have this. Let's have this chat quickly before we go. Greg, it was Greg, wasn't it? Was it Greg? Yeah. Unfortunately, many of the great rums you have are hard to impossible to get in here in the States. Now, there is a caveat to that because a lot of the brands. I had this chat with someone. Someone got very irate with me about the lack of Cruzan on the back bar. As you can see, there's no Cruzan on the back bar. Now, someone's getting very irate. He's like, call yourself proper rum channel. There's no Cruzan, blah, 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 you know. So I explained to him that the whole reason Cruzan is not on my back bar is because it's not a UK product. Because A, they're too small, and B, they don't have the financial capacity to bottle in 700 CLs, in 700 mils and 750. Because up until now, you've had to bottle in both sizes. For the US market, you had to bottle in 750, and for the UK market, you had to bottle, and Europe, you had to bottle in 70. Okay, it's a 700 mil, 750 mil. So he came back. He was like, "No, Cruzan is huge. You know, it's a big brand, as big as Bacardi." So we had to educate him or her, him there. Cruzan is a tiny, tiny, minuscule brand in that sense. Okay, you know, Bacardi, 19 million plus cases of rum sold a year. 19 million, and I'm talking 12 bottles of 12, not the sixes. Case when it comes to sales refers to 12 bottles of 750 mils. That's what a case, that's what volumes mean. So 19 million. Cruzan will be lucky if they're selling sort of 300 to 400,000. All right. So we don't get, so you know, the local brands to you in the US, the bottle in 750 mils, we don't get in the UK or Europe or around the world because we have to have 700 mil bottles. So there's a lot of brands we don't get either. All right. So it's both ways. Like Barbancourt is another one from Haiti. We don't get, or Haiti, we don't get Barbancourt over here in the UK because they're simply not big enough to bottle in 750s and 700s. It's a shame. Hamilton is another great brand that I would love to try. Love to try some of the Hamilton rums. I've seen so many good things about them. We just don't get them because they won't and haven't got the financial capacity to bottle in both sizes. That is now changing because the US has now opened up to 700 ml bottles. However, that means, and that's great for the UK market because the UK market can now just, there's agencies setting up, but the UK market can now put their rums into the US because there's 700 mil. But the thing is, the brands that already bottle in 750s, Cruzan, Hamilton, Barbancourt, etc., those brands that bottle in 750s can't still export to the UK. They need to be in 700s or litres, essentially. Litres or 700s. So if they are all geared up already to 750s, they're still not going to be UK products. So it's good for UK products going into US, but it's not good for US coming to UK. So we do miss out on a lot as well. And because of that, some of the prices are a little bit more expensive. Like the Eldorados, for instance, are a great example. The Eldorado prices in the UK are a lot more expensive than what you pay in the US and Canada. And that's just one brand. So swings and roundabouts there. Right, Greg, half of the rums, Robert and Roger. Okay, I call him Roger. Roy, have a nice show. I can't get here. Yeah, and you've got state things going on in the US as well. What you can get in one state, you can't get in another state. Cool. Boom. Right, on that note, 23 minutes past 10. It's been an awesome show. All I can smell is banana, I won't lie. So yes, fun show. Thank you very much for my 1870 extra Viejo daiquiri. Jesus, that's ruined me now. No daiquiri's ever going to taste the same after that. You've just ruined my whole daiquiri. Yes. Right. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Loads of you still here. That's awesome. And don't forget, questions. If you've got questions, guys, bang them in the comments. If I don't answer them, someone else will. That's what it's all about. So for those of you that aren't, come into the old Discord. Jag Pimp, that's you. Any members, definitely make sure you're in the Discord community. Geraint, I'll get on that in a minute. I'll get a piece of paper and just stick it over your address and do that. That's not a problem. But yeah, I shall see you through the week. Tuesday, Beginner's Guide to Rum. Thursday, Spanish daiquiri off with a twist, with a bombshell. Is it 27th next week? It's not 27th. No, so you've got a week on Saturday until the new series of videos comes. But then next Sunday, Streamer Tale. All right. Thanks all for watching, and I will see you all really, really soon. Toodaloo. It never just finishes when you want it to. I have to click OK. I have to end stream and then click OK. I just want it to cut off. But it won't happen, will it?